And I'm the director at the Chautauqua County Office for Aging Services. We got a lot of noise out there, which means things are starting to happen, and I'm excited about that. It is my absolute honor to welcome you to this year's Older Americans Month celebration here in Chautauqua County. This year, we have something new. We have a new event, an expo and a conference. We've never really done something like this before for many, many years. And this is our inaugural event, something we hope to be doing for many, many years to come. This is the first time we're taking the celebration to a new level. We've come together to celebrate older adults and to embrace this year's powerful theme, flip the script. Now, what does it mean to flip the script? It means turning outdated narratives on their heads. It means challenging the assumptions and stereotypes and limitations that society places on aging. And most importantly, it means celebrating the truth that older Americans are not only living longer, but living bolder. You are entrepreneurs, teachers, social workers, musicians, caregivers, creators, and trailblazers. You are not just part of the story, you are the author of this story. Far too long, the aging experience has been framed in terms of decline. But now we are here to tell a different story, one of strength, one of renewal, and purpose. We are flipping the script to say that now is the time to start a new chapter, share hard-won wisdom, and lead with courage and clarity. As director of the Chautauqua County Office for Aging Services, and along with our entire staff, we see the impact that you make every day, every single day. Whether you're volunteering, advocating, learning new skills, or simply showing up with kindness and determination, you are changing what it means to be aging in America. Today you'll hear from voices that echo that spirit, voices that will empower it, and empower you to think differently, act differently, boldly, and connect deeply. But perhaps the most important voice today is yours, because you are the reason we're here, and you are the ones rewriting this script. So let's begin today with energy, with pride, and with the belief that the best chapters are still yet to come. We want to thank our sponsors for today's event and let you know how deeply committed they are to serving all of you here in Chautauqua County. Our platinum sponsors, I think we're going to get a wave and a quick word, is Univera Healthcare, working to keep Western New Yorkers healthy and enrich their lives. Michelle, would you like to come say just a minute?
You're welcome. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today. We are so happy to be the sponsor for this event. We are located first table out there. Please, we encourage everybody to come visit our table. We have lots of good treats, and we are always here for any Medicare needs that you might need. Thank you so much, and enjoy today. It's going to be a blast.
Thank you, Michelle. Our other sponsor at the platinum level for this event is SNAP-Ed, and they are involved in nutrition, education, policy, and system change leaders. They're using social media and marketing to connect with public health approaches that benefit all of our communities. Our gold sponsors are going to give us a wave, and I believe we have a few of them I've invited up to show their faces. Center for Elder Law and Justice, you make a wave there. Thank you very much, Mike. And then we have, I believe, Redenauer Insurances LLC is not here yet, but we thank Paul for his sponsorship at that level. Then we have Lutheran Social Services, Holtquist Place up here, if we can give a wave. Thank you both for being here this morning. And then SUNY Fredonia for really helping us coordinate this. The staff has been fantastic in helping us really expand our program here today. So we've designed this day to educate, connect, and uplift our older adults, caregivers, and families from all across the county. Our resource fair, I was going to say starts in a few minutes, but it sounds like it's already started out there. We'll run from 10 to 2 with plenty of time to connect with critical resources and information on programs, services, and connections that will equip you to age well at home. We are providing the big, strong cloth bags from SnapEd, and CHQAging cups to help get your water at the different stations and wet your whistle so you can talk all day long with these vendors that are here today for you. Goodness gracious. There's plenty of seating all around the outside of the vendor fair, as well as upstairs and downstairs in the building. We had really hoped for a beautiful day, but as I look out the window, I see the raindrops coming. So we won't be able to sit outside today, but there is plenty of seating all around and hydration stations for you all to stop and get some water. There are also boxes at each vendor's table for you to put a ticket that you should have gotten if you haven't visited the welcome table. You'll get a bag, a senior handbook, a cup, and those tickets. And if you're feeling lucky, find the biggest, baddest basket on a table and put your ticket in for that. That'd be great. If you have signed up for a class breakout session, they'll start in the early afternoon at 1:30 and then 2:30, and they're going to be on the floor above us, so you'll have time to find that. But we really want you to see that there's plenty of people here in Chautauqua County investing in how you need to age well in our community. So at any time you need help, our staff is outfitted in gray shirts with white staff on the back, or you could go to either welcome table at each entrance and they can help you. We'll have music throughout the day. We have some of our musicians already here today. And we'll have lunch from 11 to 2. That seems like a long time frame, but we have food trucks that'll begin to arrive, and you can do lunch at your leisure. For those of you that registered for lunch, you need to use your CHQAging card at the specially designated lunch spots or trucks. The other ones are here, and they'll just take your cash, if that's okay. So we'll have plenty to eat and drink if that's what you'd like to do. We want you to have a great day. We want to remember that to flip the script on aging, you have to show what you can do, and you have to be the best that you can be. We also want to remind you that next year we've already scheduled our conference for May 21st, 2026. And I'd like now to have you hear from a few of our dignitaries that we have up here. We would like to introduce you, and I'm trying to read this without my glasses, but there you go. P.J. Wendell Jr. is our county executive and our leader here in Chautauqua County, and very supportive of senior services, so we'd like to ask him to come to the podium.
Thank you, Dana, and it is a privilege to be here today. I say this often when I meet with older groups, our aging population. I'm not sure what the exact term is anymore. My elders is how I was always brought up. But as I first took office, and for some reason it just happened to be this way, I was coming up 394, leaving Lakewood, right by Asheville Bay Marina, directly across. And there was a billboard, and it gets me a little choked when I say it, but it speaks the truth. And that billboard said, "My hero took care of me. Now it's my turn to take care of her." And there was one with the gentleman, my turn to take care of him. And really, that is all of you. You took care of us. You brought us here. You are the reason we are here. You are the reason for the successes. You have, as Dana said, you've paved the way. You've seen wars. You've seen conflict. You've seen success. You've seen men walking on the moon. You've seen television. You've seen now countless channels on television that you're probably just give me my 2, 4, and 7. I'll be very happy. You've seen the internet. You are seeing things, and I joke to myself and my family about this. What you are seeing and living are things you saw in movies as fantasy. The Jetsons, riding in your car. We don't have flying cars yet, but riding in your car, talking to somebody. Ironically, that happened to me. My daughter was an exchange student in Prague, and she is on FaceTime, and we're in my car. And when she hung up, we're driving to Rochester. I said to my wife, "We're the Jetsons." This is stuff we dreamed about. But I said that you've all lived this. You have been here. And your stories, your examples, this is what we need to cherish. And we do need to take care of our aging population. Unfortunately, you've been victim of scams, the internet, telescams, you name it. Nothing disgusting more than people who prey on the vulnerable. And as tough and as vibrant and as dedicated as you've been, and probably hard, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, you are now our vulnerable population. And there are people that prey on that. My job as a county executive is to make sure that doesn't happen. With Dana and you meet with Greg from the state agencies, our commitment is to you, to age in place. There was an interesting piece that I didn't even know existed in Chautauqua County, and it's called a NORC, a naturally occurring retirement community. There are 2 rural NORCs in the state of New York, and right here in Chautauqua County is one. I was at the red carpet unveiling yesterday of a movie that depicted a story about these NORCs and a family from Clymer, New York, who was actually part of this. In the town of Mina, the very last town before you leave New York State, is represented along with New York City and the Bronx. What a contrast. But what it says is these natural occurring retirement communities letting you stay in your homes as long as you want. I've got a 102-year-old aunt in St. Mary's, Pennsylvania, who still to this day, when she's in her home, she went kicking and screaming of sorts, complains that she has to wait for the old people when she wants to go on these trips. And my family reminds her, you are the oldest one, Mom. But it shows at 102 years old, her mind is as sharp as it ever was. And with the exception of being a little slow, really could still live in her home. And these NORCs allow people to live in their homes, to be with their animals. A gentleman from Clymer was still farming. His farm animals were there taking care, because that is what kept him alive. That was what made him whole. And for then, many of you, you've lived in your homes 5, 10, 30, 40, 50 years or more. That is your home. The stories that have been ingrained in those walls, the pencil marks of children growing up, all of those things. But it is our job now to take care of you, to make sure you live in reverence and make sure you live in a place where you're safe and you're comfortable. This expo is just a testimony. You look at the number of vendors who are here for you, for our aging population, to make sure you are met with the requirements you need. I can't say enough about Dana and her group, that what they've done. This is a phenomenal expo. Those of you who traveled from the southern part of the county, thank you so much. People, sometimes it's, that distance is pretty great when you don't drive a lot. But thank you for being here. Thank you for Dana and her team for all they do. And thank you, each and every one of you, for all you've done, what you've done for this community, what you've experienced during your lifetime. And we wish you many, many more years. Thank you.
So I'd like to introduce to you the SUNY Fredonia president. And, our office is always accused of talking in, an odd language. So that's the State University of New York, Fredonia campus. Please welcome President Dr. Stephen Collison, Jr.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'll be very brief. I just want to welcome you to the university on behalf of our students, our faculty, and our staff. We just had a great commencement this weekend. 700 students got their degrees. And I was told a few minutes ago that some people in here came to school here. It's good that you're back. And we're very pleased. We're very honored that you've chosen our campus for your meeting, for your expo, for your conference. I want to offer this to you in the future. I hope you'll be back. I hope you'll choose us again. And anything we can do to ensure that you have a great meeting, we're happy to do so, okay? We're very happy to have you on our campus. And I just want to say thanks for choosing us for your meeting. Thank you very much. Okay.
It is a beautiful spot, and just in chatting with some folks seated here in the room, we have an alumni from SUNY Fredonia, and I have 2 grown children that are alumni from SUNY Fredonia, so it's a great place. Thank you for allowing us to be here today. I'd like to introduce you to Christine Rinaldi, the representative for our Congressman, Nick Langworthy.
Thank you, Dana. I am also a SUNY Fredonia alumni. So it's great. As a matter of fact, the parking was so limited on my way in here, so I did have that same little anxiety, like, oh gosh, I got to get to class, trying to find a parking spot. But it's good. It's great. So thank you for being here. I'm honored to be here on behalf of Congressman Langworthy, who's still in Washington and unable to attend, but he did prepare this certificate of congressional recognition for you. This is a huge undertaking, so we just really want to say thank you for all that you do. Thanks to Dana Thanks to our great county executive here for overseeing all of this, and thank you, Dr. Colson and SUNY Fredonia, for hosting this event. This is great. And quickly, I just want to plug casework, and Congressman Langworthy's office does casework. If you have any issues with, with Social Security, Medicare, VA benefits, we're happy to jump in and help. And I work with PJ Wendell's office all the time and trying to help folks fix issues. And he had mentioned the scam factor that's going around. It's scary. And we've had constituents come in with notices from the Census Bureau asking questions. Is this legitimate? Just come to us. Ask us the questions. We're happy to help you sort that out. So thank you so much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Happy to be here. Yes.
Thank you, Christine. Isn't it good to know that we can come and have conversations with our elected officials? They are invested in us. They want to hear from us. And as Christine said, all of them have staff that are happy to help us and happy to help you. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about situations where you might need some help. You're always welcome to call us at the Office for Aging Services, but don't be afraid to approach our local officials. They're an excellent resource. So I'd like to introduce to you the New York State Office for Aging Director, Greg Olson. He does a great job of traveling the whole state. And again, a very approachable elected official that is here to help you. And I've asked him to say a few words on his perspective. Greg Olson.
I will tell you I'm not an elected official,
Oh, sorry.
but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Thanks, Dana. Sorry, Mark. Very top. Sorry about that. Is that okay? Yep. Testing? Great to be with you guys today. I want to thank Dana, all the staff and the volunteers for what they do every day. If you're not familiar with what the Offices for the Aging and all these vendors, that's the whole purpose here, is to understand what may be available for you, somebody that you love, a family member, rather than waiting until there's a crisis. A lot of people don't know the vast amount of resources, not only in Chautauqua County, but across the state. Really have to thank county executive, because without the support of the county executive, Dana cannot do the job that she does. And then all the vendors. I am sorry, I feel out of place. I am not a SUNY Fredonia graduate. I am a SUNY Brockport graduate, though, however, and but I really appreciate it. I've been here multiple times. You guys do a fantastic job, so thank you. I want to say happy birthday. Who am I saying happy birthday to? The 90th anniversary of Social Security, the 60th anniversary of Medicare, the 60th anniversary of Medicaid, and the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which established my office and Dana's. And I believe you guys started 50 years ago in 1975. All of the programs and services, whether it be those that I mentioned, are so important to older adults. Now, this is not a trick question. How many of you were 20 once? Only a couple of hands? Right? I was too. When you were in your 20s, what did you believe old was? Shout it out. Is it 40? So I've been asking that question. I've been working with older adults for 33 years, and usually the answer is around 50. And I didn't make that up. You didn't make that up, right? This is what we've been taught as a society, is that's what old is. Now, many of you are under 50, I can see, but have things really changed for you in terms of, what you are interested in, the things that you provide to your friends, your family, community, etc.? And the answer to that is no, whether you're 50, whether you're 70. Now, when I look in the mirror, what I see is my forehead gets bigger every single year. But the things that I have learned, that I have done, I can continue to contribute, and so can you. And, I say this kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it's really, really important to end the cycle of ageism and stereotypes, because if I'm lucky enough, again, to make it to my 70s, 80s, and 90s, I don't want younger people to look at me because of maybe my hair color, or I might have a cane, and think that I am not valuable, because it is absolutely not true. And, as a social worker, I love numbers. So I'm going to give you some numbers, because they're really, really important. We would not have a local, state, or national economy without you. We would not have the services in the not-for-profit sector without you. 1 of every 7 jobs in New York State is in the not-for-profit sector, and we have 1 million volunteers providing 13.2 million hours of service at an economic value of $13.8 billion a year. That's just your volunteerism. But let's talk about Chautauqua County. You got 39,000 older adults that live here, people 60 and over. Of all the home ownership in New York, or in this county, 80% of older adults own their own homes. Why is that important? Because you're supporting local property taxes, you're supporting Medicaid, you're supporting schools, you're supporting local businesses. Of all the household income generated in this county, 71%, $2.4 billion, is from the older population. Social Security pumps $481 million into this economy. You have 4,000 volunteers providing 2 million hours of service at an economic value of $60 million. And finally, is anybody here is currently caring for somebody else? Anybody? Okay. You are what we call caregivers. I don't like that word because we don't self-identify as a caregiver. There are 14,300 people just like you in this county that are providing care, 13.3 million hours to somebody else at a value of $250 million. I could go on and on and on, but here's my point. And I think Dana said this, and I think county executives said this. We were brought up to think about older people differently. They're expensive. They're frail. They take, they don't give. It is absolutely false. And it's through providing this data that I can report to you that in my budget this year, because of the recognition of the value that you bring, the value that Dana's office and my other 58 county offices for the aging bring, we received an additional $52 million in our budget to provide resources to Dana so that she can provide services to folks like yourselves and others in the community. And that's $200 million more since 2019. And that's what my job is, to do whatever I need to do to try to, again, show the value of the offices that we support, the value of the population, and then get the resources necessary to the ground level to be able to help you guys, if you ever need it, age in place. So I'm really proud to be here. This is Older Americans Month, which is May. We have all of these really important milestone birthdays that I mentioned earlier, and it's really, really important that we preserve these programs and services that you and others benefit from. So thank you so much for having me today, and I appreciate it.
So thank you to everybody up here. I don't want to mess up that one, but he's taller than I am. We definitely need to flip this script. Aging is what you make it. And it's different for everybody, but it shouldn't be limited. It shouldn't be limited. So we want to let you know that we've designed the day to educate, to connect, and uplift you all. And we really want you to share your experiences and your needs with us. I do want to call out one of our tables in the hallway out here. We have an advocacy table set up because there is some concerns about funding for older adult services. So we've got a letter and we've got a petition started. So we'd really appreciate you to take a look at that spot and give your name if you feel so moved to do so. We'd also like to thank the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce who is here. They are the master at ribbon cuttings. They are the force in building vital connections, providing professional resources, and are rock stars here in Chautauqua County with ribbon cutting. So we'd like to cut the ribbon. Thank you for your help today, Bob. And I've asked a few of our attendees to come up and help us. So for those of you I've talked to throughout the morning, could you come up to the stage and we'll do the ribbon cutting. After we're done with the ribbon cutting, we want you to go out and take advantage of everything out there and have a wonderful day. So we'll start this ribbon cutting. You got it? How about a long and just filter in. So thank you all for coming. No one was shy when I said come cut the ribbon. If you all want to come in and join in with us, we got plenty of room. You did a lovely job. Come on up here. Scooch down a little bit, everybody. That's you're an expert at this, I know. We have several. Yeah, we're going to turn slightly.
seriously, they are really sharp. Has anybody heard that? They are really awesome.
Oh, it feels like a chainsaw. I'm gonna go.
All right, so we can do a countdown of 3.
Okay, wait 1 second. Let me grab a couple pics if that's okay. If everybody wants to look right here. And then I'll do one with the camera. Hold on. Okay. Now go ahead and count down. Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That would be lovely.